Hey, buddy. I finished the redo of my Switch OLED shell swap. Yeah. So I did the entire shell in transparent blue. And I kept all the original buttons and triggers, keeping that a nice black contrast. They're all really good quality. Stock Nintendo. I like the lettering. I had options for color buttons. I had options for transparent blue, everything. I thought blue on blue would really get lost, and you're not seeing a lot of things inside the button anyway. I mean, there's springs and stuff. Like, it is cool. But I wanted the black buttons where you put an input to really pop and contrast. I think it looks fantastic. For some reason, the right Joy-Con is much more difficult to do than the left Joy-Con. I think the right one has the NFC chip that they use for Amiibos, and it also has the little infrared sensor there. So they pack a ton more into this. They they double-side tape everything together. So there's some things you got to pry up, like the battery. It's just like cheap double-sided tape. It's kind of really annoying, actually. I don't replace any of that when I put it back together, so I don't think it's necessary. We'll see. I did mess up the home button. I had to take that apart. The right Joy-Con is really finicky. The button was fine, but the shell for the NFC that goes around it was slightly colliding, which was preventing me from doing button presses. But everything works. I already tested this off camera before you got here. So I know everything works. All the buttons work great. Screen looks fantastic. There is, when you're putting it together, the screw tightness, just test your buttons as you're doing it. This is something I learned from like the videos. It's really easy to over tighten those screws, and then you don't have any slack to press the buttons. So really, it's just kind of go by feel. The button's too loose or too tight. Just maybe do a turn or half a turn even. Just a little variance on these tiny eyeglass screws actually provides all the clearance for the buttons, which is wild. The left Joy-Con, the guide I was going to, he was replugging all the ribbon cables, which I didn't have to do that at all. You just had to do the shell pieces. So I'm not really sure why he did it. You could keep all the ribbon cables attached to the boards and just replace it where it connects the shell. So I didn't really have that issue. I think it's a little bit easier for me to take it apart and put it back together. I was going off two different guide videos. The Extreme Rate guide videos is like 2 hours long, and it's very thorough, and it's all music and text on screen, and like freeze frame, rewind, slow-mo kind of things, like pause when they're doing steps. It's very thorough. So when I had specific questions, I went to that one for like, oh, what screw is this, and what orientation was that, or I was having an issue, I need an alternate method. I went to that video to really dissect the details. For the main part, I went to there's another guy that had like a 20-minute video, and he kind of blew things a lot faster, and he was talking while he did it, which was nice, so he could kind of narrate as he was doing things with a voiceover, so that kind of helped me move along faster and follow along while listening. But there's a couple things he did I don't think you had to do, so it's good to have that information. And once you take apart one Joy-Con, like, you realize how it goes back together. So like the second time I put one together, I went a lot faster and just didn't really look at anything. And the left one is really just common sense once you understand the parts. You're just really important during teardown to make sure you know where the glue is, you know where the tabs are, so you're not accidentally using force when you shouldn't. But I love this. I think it looks fantastic. These are just the Joy-Cons by themselves. Oh, I did replace the interior buttons with blue as well. Those are the only buttons I replaced, because stock, they're gray. These are gray Joy-Cons, so it made sense. They had the gray contrasting with the black, so I replaced those with blue ones just to continue the black and blue color scheme. Anyway, I'm just going to keep holding this thing up because I love the transparent blue plastic. I think it looks fantastic. You saw all this in separate pieces, but having it be consistent between the Joy-Cons and that back plate, just wow, looks fantastic. So I've been waiting till I finish this project to get this thing loaded up with games and downloads and everything like that. So now that I'm done taking it apart, screen protector should arrive, I think Wednesday, Thursday. I'm going to throw that bad boy on there. I got some cleaning spray, clean the screen protector. Again, I wanted to wait before putting a lot of work into it to make sure I didn't break it during this shell swap. But now I'm pretty happy with everything. So I can start installing, downloading, playing. Nintendo, you would make $1 million if you sold transparent shells like you did in the 90s and 2000s with the Game Boy. Everyone wants this on the handhelds. If this was a stock option, people would buy them. And do it from the beginning, not like 5 years later after everyone already has theirs. Like, this entire company is making a successful business off people in their basement replacing the shells because you won't sell us these shells. We want transparent plastic. Look at any of the other devices. Steam just did the transparent shell on their Steam Deck, and it was like sold out instantly. There's a lot of like third-party companies making like Game Boy rip-off handhelds and transparent shells that were just selling like fire. The Analog Pocket transparent shells sold out instantly. Well, all the Analog Pockets sold out, like every color they've done. They're really popular. Yeah, I'm done ranting about transparent shells, but they look so good, especially when they're in blue. But thanks for watching, buddy. This was a fun project. I put all my other projects on back burner just to stop and do this. Like, I should be cleaning and doing laundry and cooking dinner, but my Switch is transparent and blue. Thanks for watching.